right, let's work. What's up? 3 seconds to go. No spoilers here. Cowboys going for the field goal. Like a 50-yarder, something like that. And kick us away. It is good. Eagles lead 21-20 at the half. What a great game so far. Let me turn down the volume here. What's up, everybody? Send your comments. Let me see your comments. What a first half. What a great first half by both teams. Defensively, not so much. The offenses were unbelievable. Dak Prescott was great. The Eagles were great. They really, really were. They marched down the field every time. They controlled the ball. Had the one big play to Dotson. That's about it. Other than that, it was just like systematic. Boom, we're going to do this. So, yeah, it was hell of a first half. I'm feeling good about the Eagles in the second half. Defense has got to obviously make some adjustments. Dak Prescott, 127 yards. CeeDee Lamb, 86 yards. I had him in an over in yards on the BetParks app. It was 70.5. He already beat it. 86 yards so far. The Eagles really balanced. My biggest takeaway from the first half, and I haven't done sports radio in almost two years, so I don't have to have the silly conversations about Jalen Hurts that at least WIP does a lot. You know, I don't know how when you don't watch him that you don't think like this guy's just a great quarterback. How he's able to maneuver around in the pocket, move the chains, rush for 9 yards. He's so gifted at kind of getting out of pressure and then just going for a 6, 7, 8 yard gain and then getting down and not getting hit. He's so smooth. Everything seems to be going so slow motion with him right now. He looked good with Goddard early. Made a great throw to Dotson right there. Overall, 9 of 11, and he had the 2 rushing touchdowns. Saquon Barkley, 10 carries, 49 yards. Good day for Saquon so far. They committed to the running game as they should. And the big passing play was Jahan Dotson, that 51-yarder that set up the 3rd touchdown. So the defense on the other side, obviously not good. Adoree Jackson, I can tell we're not going to like you. Adoree Jackson is not going to be well liked in Philadelphia. A, because he's not very good, or he's not good at all. He's bad, I guess I could say. And 2, doesn't it seem like the players are kind of disrespectful towards him? Like they're just, I think it was Turbin. Turbin looked like he almost like bee-slapped him. He was running his mouth right in his face, and Adoree Jackson didn't get anything. Hey, there's a reason why he was still around when they signed him, and it was insurance. But just, kind of a half into the season, it was the one thing on defense that I was worried about. 2 things, which was kind of replacing that pass rush, A, and B, or actually that was A, was worried about cornerback 2. Worried about cornerback 2. It's a shame one of these younger guys wasn't able to step up because Adoree Jackson starting says more about the other guys than it says about Adoree Jackson. That's what he is. But he's a veteran. So not a good first half for him. Jalen Carter gets thrown out of the game for spitting on Dak Prescott. So this will be the lead, other than the final score of the game. This will be the lead, as it should. But you need a crazy person on defense. Jalen Carter is your crazy person. A lot of times your best player isn't your crazy person. Bill Romanowski was the crazy person. He was never your best player. He's just good, and then he was steroided up, made him better. But Jalen Carter's got a screw loose on the football field. And that's a good thing. It's not a good thing when he's spitting at Dak Prescott or he's spitting at anybody, obviously. So I'm not gonna go nuts and say, the biggest classless guy. The guy's got a screw loose. It's one of the reasons why the Eagles defense was as good as it was last year. I tweeted out a picture, a video. It's the only video that's out there, I think, of Pat Mahomes getting double face smashed by Jalen Carter after he got held big time. And he intentionally smashed him in the face with two arms. And it was a great play. And that's what he does. He's a mean SOB. Really is. And they need him. But man, you can't obviously you can't be, and hurts the defense. Would it have mattered in this game? Probably not. I don't know. But yeah, obviously you can't do it. And he's got a screw loose. And you know what? You know what's going to happen? A couple times a year, this is what's going to happen. He's going to get fined. He's going to get suspended. He's one of those guys. I'm trying to think of the other big Dominic Sue had a reputation and he had been suspended. It was the other big guy that stomped on somebody's face, the face mask. He played for a number of different teams. I'm blanking. But yeah, we'll see. If Willie gets suspended, somebody just asked, will Carter get suspended? I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what's happened before when they've done it. So anyway, yeah, good point here by Kevin. I thought the play calling was excellent. Now they didn't, up until that last throw to Dotson, they didn't have a reception for more than 8 yards. They went Dallas Goedert early and middle of the field. But again, this is what the Eagles do best, is control the ball and just kind of manipulate down the field with Jalen on 2nd and short, Jalen picking up the first down on 3rd down and 5 because of the run. This is how they did it all last year. Saquon Barkley, the defense was better last year. But this is how they did it last year. So another thing I was thinking towards the end of the first half, when it's like, oh yeah, the Eagles run out of bounds, they still have all 3 timeouts. Very well managed game. For all the shit Nick Sirianni takes, what does he do? He's an idiot. Like, that game is always well managed. He's never, for as much as people are going to call Andy Reid the best coach of all time, Andy Reid struggles with clock management. Nick Sirianni's never had that. He's never had that kind of stuff. So a clean half. The defense Dallas came out with a purpose. Dallas is a very good team. Dallas's strengths, passing the ball, might be the Eagles' weakness with a Dory Jackson and a Sidney Brown has to play too much pass defense out there. And Dak Prescott, these guys have something to prove. They were just told that their season's over because they traded Micah Parsons. And now everything that you're hearing is that Micah Parsons wasn't very well liked inside that locker room. And no one's going to say that. I don't think they disliked him. I think they just were tired of everything. The podcast, the contract, blah, 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 blah. And they're probably happy that it's over with. This offense is good regardless of Micah Parsons or not. So, also give the Cowboys a lot of credit. They've been executing. Dak made a couple of really nice plays to get away from Jordan Davis on that one sack. I mean, Dak Prescott's not elusive. I don't know how you don't bring him down if you're not Jordan Davis. But now Jordan Davis got to step up with Jalen Carter being out. All right, let me get some comments here. Albert Hainsworth, yes. Is that my buddy Ryan Kanofsky? Hainsworth was the guy. Show me Super Bowl throws. Is that regarding Jalen, or he's talking about Dak Prescott there? I'm not sure. That was 2 minutes ago. Well, I mean, I'm just going to assume he's not talking about Jalen Hurts. The taunting penalty for Nolan Smith. Watching in slow motion replay and the fact that they're going into the season and the referees have been told to call this, I'm not surprised. He probably took 1 step and 1/2 second too long looking down and flexing at him. They don't want it. League doesn't want it. So it won't be officiated like this the entire season. This is what happens where they put emphasis on certain penalties that they want called. And then by the time week 5 or 6, everybody forgets about it. But they're just like first game of the season, first game of the season. I mean, just week 1, and maybe went a little bit too far. But yeah, I mean, that hasn't been a penalty before. And as far as him being more disciplined, I mean, now he knows what he can't do. So you can't do that. I mean, it was a little ticky-tacky, but like he was standing over and flexing and yelling. So whatever. So Mike Florio saying that Jalen Carter most likely will be suspended. Awesome. Burt Breer of the MMQB had tweeted out, that's the reason why Jalen Carter slipped to number 9 in the first round. And he's 100% right. Jalen Carter has, what makes him a great football player is he's got a screw loose. And he lost composure. It was the beginning of the first game of the season, coming off of a Super Bowl against the Cowboys and Dak Prescott and the star. And he got himself too worked up. He's crazy. So, whatever. He can't. You're going to get that a couple times a year at him. If he misses another game, that sucks. But it's one of these things you're going to have to live with. He's going to do this. He's going to do this. Hold on. So Ted wants Super Bowl throws in the Super Bowl. Okay. I mean, they did score 21 points in the first half, so I'm not really worried about the offense right now. When am I announcing 97.5 midday host? Now, that's what everybody keeps telling me, but I have no signed contract, and I'm not flush with money from being the midday host of 97.5 The Fanatic. Everybody keeps telling me that's the rumor, but as far as I know, I'm not the midday host of 97.5 The Fanatic. So there. If Bayless, first game was going to be some rust. There wasn't any rust for the offense. I totally agree with you, bro. I wouldn't have been surprised. It was like, oh, another 3 and out. The fans get a little bit restless. Remember after the banner against the Falcons and the team got booed going in at halftime because they looked horrible in the first half. Offense didn't look horrible. That was awesome. That was a really, really entertaining game. It went fast. Did you have any punts? I don't think you had a punt. So there you go. I'm currently watching because my setup here, my TV. I guess I could have it on my TV there, but my bar TV is right here, so I wouldn't really be able to see it. So I have the iPhone on the game. What else? What else do we got from the first half? Yeah, that's actually a good question. What's the precedent for spitting at somebody? I'm sure Florio Googled it and knows. So I'm not gonna question him, but we'll see. What do we got? What about Quinyon Mitchell? He's really been battling. He had that one interference call. I thought the other one was a good non-call with Pickens, but people forget about Pickens. He's a really talented wide receiver. He slipped to the second round of the draft because he's got a screw loose. He has off the field stuff where he's kind of a knucklehead, and he got traded to the Cowboys because he's a knucklehead. Did people see what he did last year where literally he's like quitting mid-play and complaining mid-play? I mean, he's something, but he's really talented. So to put him opposite CeeDee Lamb could be a problem. Yeah, man. I mean, I was saying this last year, and when I thought they were going to bring Slay back and they were interested. It's hard to criticize the organization because they pay everybody and they spend so much money. But I definitely wish they had a little bit more money to bring Slay back on a 1-year contract because he's still a really good player and he's a huge upgrade over anything else that they have right there. You know, you're not going to hit on every draft pick, and they just hit two with Cooper DeJean and Mitchell. But like the fact that Keely Ringo and Ricks and all these other young players that they tried to bring in, none of them have been able to hold anything down. So, yep, you got a hole. You do. And you hope that over the course of this season, one of the guys steps up and makes it manageable. But right now, compared to where the secondary was last year, that's a problem. So they're going to have to get that figured out. Yeah, that was the big story today. Adam Schefter, they were trying to deal for Parsons. So I'm trying to think, probably comes from the Cowboys side of things. I don't think that's agent driven at all because he's in Green Bay. So what's the problem? So to me, that was leaked from the Cowboys on a game day where they're playing. So just keep this in mind with Adam Schefter. I mean, did Howie make a call? Of course he made a call. I'm sure a lot of GMs made a call. You don't think Howie would have been interested in Micah Parsons if he would have said, like, hey, so for a first rounder and this player, it's worth a call. Schefter made it seem to believe that the Eagles offered more than anybody and the Cowboys weren't giving him up. And I don't know if that's true or not. I know somebody told him that. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. He's used as a pawn all the time, and he doesn't actually do any real reporting to find out if it's real. So I just keep that in mind when talking about whatever rumor there's put out there. All right. Might have been totally nothing. Makes the Cowboys, honestly, in my opinion, it makes the Cowboys look better. All right. Eagles are back. If I'm still feeling all right and I'm awake, I might come on after the show. Eagles are up 21-20. Enjoy the second half, people. See ya.